I fumbled the man I probably should have married, and I'm making this post so that y'all don't do the same thing that I did. This is an accountability post. I met him on Hinge and...
Whoa, wait a minute. This is starting off amazing. First of all, she's going to be talking about the man that she fumbled so that other women don't do this. And then this is going to be an accountability post. Oh my God. How many women have we met that are accountable for anything? Comment your thoughts under this video. Now, men, I think we're about to see that we're not doing anything wrong in these relationships, or maybe we are about to see exactly what we're doing wrong. Make sure you join this conversation. Most importantly, because we're getting ready to get back into this video, like the video, then subscribe to the channel because I'm posting daily content. My name is Bertrand. I am the coolest dude on the planet, and I'm your friend. Confidence and clarity is the goal. So here we go.
I fumbled the man I probably should have married, and I'm making this post so that y'all don't do the same thing that I did. This is an accountability post. I met him on Hinge, and this was back when the algorithm was working a lot better, and it was like 2022, I believe. I didn't like his profile. I just knew he was gonna like me, and the next day he did. Normally I name names, but just in case he has a new girl and they're at peace, I don't want to disrupt his situation, so I'm not gonna name his name. But anyway, we met up quickly, we went on a date, and we ended up being like glued to each other pretty fast. We were like in a relationship within like a month, I believe. He locked it down. He was not trying to see me single. This man was fine. He was like 6'3", buff, long hair. He looked like Roman Reigns. Society would easily give him a 9, easily. And if you know me, you know who I'm talking about.
Needs to hear this, but the grass isn't always greener on the other side. When I was younger, I dated someone who was seemingly an amazing man, an amazing boyfriend, but he had a few little quirks, a few little things that honestly could have been looked past. But because of what I saw on social media, I was just over the relationship. And I'm sure there were other things
about. But frankly, his looks were pretty irrelevant, honestly. He actually was very kind, very sweet, very empathetic, very emotional, very in tune with his emotions, but also quite emotional. And, you know, he just had a lot of very positive traits. The number one being, he did not play about me at all. We went to brunch with his brother and sister-in-law, and they were kind of cold, like not really like, I don't know, warming up to me. And he called that out immediately. He was like, absolutely not. When his brother was not trying to get to know me after like we had met, he was like, can you put more effort in with Britt? Like, that's my girl. Like, put some respect on Britt's name. Like, he did not play about me at all. I had never in my life dated a man like that. I had never dated a man who was on my side, like who, like, I don't know, defended me. I've never had that before. He also impressed my parents. My mom liked him a lot. She said I broke his heart, and honestly I agree. But yes, my parents liked him a lot. So we dated for like 6 months, and I kept feeling like something was just missing throughout the relationship. Like something just felt like it was missing. And I would communicate that to him like, oh, I like you a lot, I love you, but like something's just missing. And I didn't know what it was. And this poor guy was just doing his best to try to figure out what was missing, like trying to make adjustments, but like he just couldn't figure it out, and neither could I, because I didn't have the self-awareness that I have now. What was missing was chaos. No matter how many adjustments he was willing to make, he couldn't adjust himself to become a chaotic, toxic man when he just wasn't that. And that's all I had ever been used to. You see, I had not taken the time to like truly heal myself after my relationship prior to him, which was with an abusive guy. Very abusive, emotionally avoidant.
All you men out there that come to women and just sit up here and waste their time. Like, you first meet a girl and then your first thing to say is, I'm not looking for nothing serious. Then why the are you meeting anybody? What do you mean in somebody?
Emotionally unavailable, everything. Okay, I had not healed from that. Not enough to be with a person who was safe. And so one day when he pissed me off, I broke up with him like on a whim. Because the majority of my prior relationships were with like antagonistic men, I was not ready to receive someone who was safe and loving and kind and caring. Maybe I didn't think I deserved it. Maybe I couldn't recognize what it was. My nervous system didn't know what to do with safe. My parents were kind of emotionally unavailable. Growing up in that dynamic, you kind of look for that in partners as well. So I ended up with emotionally unavailable men, back to back to back. That brings me to my next point. For a while, what I felt like the relationship was lacking was him being a true leader. He would defer to me to make a lot of decisions because he felt like I was more intelligent than him. He would want me to like plan stuff. He would want me to just like make a lot of choices that I felt like the man should make. And I just didn't want to do that. I wanted like a leader in the way that I saw leader, how I viewed it. But like, knowing that he has weaknesses and that I have strengths, and then deferring to me where he's weak and letting him take the reins where he's strong is leadership. Like, okay, he could lead when it comes to protecting and providing and whatever, but he may have needed help with planning and stuff that he's not so good at. But I just couldn't see that at the time because I was dumb. I thought I needed 10 out of 10 boxes checked. But relationships are not found, they are built. Soulmates are built. Boxes can be built. If the person is at 7 or 8 and the last 2 need some work, you can meet them halfway. They can meet you halfway. Adjustments can be made. You don't have to break up. So though he had 8 of my 10 boxes, I was still too traumatized to accept him. I couldn't regulate my own nervous system fully yet. I had gotten to that point at 25 and met a very abusive man at 26, and I lost all my progress. So I still needed chaos, and I ruined it. The next guy I dated after that ended up being another avoidant who was emotionally unavailable and ended up breaking my heart worse than anybody else I'd ever experienced in my entire life. So I got my karma pretty fast, I guess. Let this be a lesson. If you've met someone who's good, they protect you well, they show up, they love you, but you feel like something's missing or something feels off or whatever the case may be, or it feels boring, make sure that something is not just the trauma that you're used to. Make sure that, you have healed enough to even receive what they're offering you. You don't need a perfect man. You just need a man that checks enough boxes that you can work with the rest.
Fellas, can you see how many mistakes this woman is going to make? She is going to be making these mistakes for a very long time, meaning she clearly wants to be out in the streets. Now, when she brought up safe choice, I can tell you guys that is not a positive term. What that usually means is you'll settle for this person. This person is good enough right now. What that also means is that that person is going to be disrespected when her type shows up. Now, what is her type? Her type is toxic. The way she described her parents told me everything that I needed to know about this woman. Now, let's go through really quick what you should have picked up on. Unsatisfiable. This is probably why his brother was not rocking with her, because he could probably see she not really feeling my brother like that. She pretending, she playing with this dude. The next thing is she is clearly not a team player. She wants you to handle everything. But this is what you have to understand. Just because you're handling everything doesn't mean that she wants you to handle everything. She wants toxicity. She wants it. She thrives in that. In fact, the majority of women thrive in toxicity. Why? Because it emotionally charges them up, right? They want the emotions where they really have to fight for the guy. They really want to fight for the relationship. All that soft life and the easy life, they really don't want that, fellas. I had to learn this the hard way. If they have to earn you, they feel like they've done something, because if it's handed to them, just like this man was, she mentions that she's hungry. Oh, here's some money. Oh my gosh, I'm sad today. Oh, here's something else, right? This guy was trying to anticipate all of her needs. Now, the issue is it wasn't being reciprocated. It kind of reminds me, just listening to her, it reminds me of the Travis Hunter situation. We can all see that she's not interested in Travis Hunter, but all Travis Hunter can see is that she's in the picture. We see her in the picture with Travis Hunter, but we notice that she's not smiling. We notice that she's kind of right. But in his mind, all he sees is that he's in the picture with his girl. Now, that reminds me of the brother, which then takes me to the next thing. She doesn't have enough trauma and damage yet, right? She wants to be so torn apart and damaged that there's nothing you can do with her. She wants that for herself. Why would I say that? Because she immediately went back to her type. This guy clearly was not her type. Now, the only thing that she was happy about was that there were sparks and that this guy was doing the things that she wanted him to do. I mean, when she say that he crossed off 80% of her boxes, I'm looking at that and saying, what more does she want? Now, I'm glad that this is an accountability post and she's taking some accountability for the broken heart that she's caused another man, but she was not interested in that man. It didn't matter what that man did. She was not interested in him. This reminds me of all of those sayings. This is not your girl. it was just your turn. The biggest thing that she showed all of us is that she is unsatisfiable. It is nothing that you can do to make this woman feel good about herself. She has to feel good on her own. Now, if you think that you're going to anticipate her needs and she's going to like you and love you and cherish you for that, you're wrong. She's blaming the algorithm. The only thing I can think about when it comes to the algorithm is, one, she's been on these dating apps for a long time, which shows you that this guy was not her type. This was just a guy that she thought was attractive. Now, when it came to her parents, it sounds like her parents have gotten beyond the emotional stage, right? All of the emotional availability or playing around with the word emotional is not what you want. That is one of the worst things that you could possibly do. Now, you think that she would learn, right? Meaning, hold on, if you look at your parents and you say your parents are not emotionally available, why do you think that you're going to get an emotionally available man? And she just had an emotionally available man and she was not interested in him. So this is a message to all the men out there. Being emotionally available will get you a turn, but it won't keep you the girl. A lot of us, we can get the girl, but keeping the girl is a whole nother thing because they want to get back out in the streets. They want to experience as many Johnsons as they possibly can.
So what I do is I date multiples.
Okay.
And I keep my options open. That allows the person who believes he's the one to step up to the plate because you already know there's competition. I make it known, you know.
Again, when it comes to teamwork, the thing that tripped me out about her whole story was how fast they got into a relationship, because women are always trying to drag you into a relationship just so they can destroy your heart. Now, I'm saying that because I'm listening to this woman speak and I'm like, man, I've been in situations similar to this, but I always told the woman that I wasn't looking for anything serious, right? Now, this guy took the opposite approach. He was the intentional dater. He was the one who wanted to marry this woman, and you see exactly what she did to him. This is why I keep saying, fellas, get your mind, your body, and your finances together, because once you do that, you are able to play this game just like women are playing this game. They're looking for experiences. They're looking for a lifestyle that they could possibly live, right? All they're looking for is an experience. And I believe that's what you're looking for as well. This is why I keep saying reinvent yourself. Times have changed. This is one of the best times to be alive because of the technology, because of the connection that we have to the entire world, people across the planet. Make sure you focus on what you want to do and what you want to accomplish, because there are so many women who think like this, who act like this, who talk like this, who move like this, that a lot of men have experienced this same thing. But maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Fellas, let me know down in the comments if you have ever been in a situation like this where sparks were flying, you thought things were going great, and then all of a sudden things ended. Comment your thoughts under this video. Other than that, I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.